days I was on.
Wow.
So I think that really,
Okay.
well, I think it stimulated bone growth.
You ready? All right, I will call the February 20th, 2017 Polk City Planning and Zoning Commission meeting to order. Roll call.
Dietz.
Here.
Triplett. Here. Hankins.
Here.
Vogel.
Here.
Bowersox.
Here.
Hill.
Here. Item 3, approval of the agenda.
Recommend that we approve the agenda as written.
I second.
Roll.
Bowersox.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Dietz.
Yes.
Triplett. Yes. Hankins.
Yes.
Vogel.
Yes. Item 4, anyone in the audience have an item that's not on the agenda to address? No? All right, we'll move on to item 5, approval of the P&Z Commission meeting minutes for January 16th, 2017.
I make a motion that we approve those P&Z minutes for January 16th as written.
Second. Roll.
Dietz.
Yes.
Triplett. Yes. Hankins.
Yes.
Vogel.
Yes.
Bowersox.
Excuse myself, I wasn't here.
Okay. Hill.
Yes. All right. Item 6, Tournament Club Townhomes. Item A is consider motion to recommend council approve the revised final development plan preliminary plat. And item B is consider a motion to recommend council approve the final plat for Tournament Club Townhomes Plat 2.
Yeah, I'm Jerry Oliver. He's here.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm Jerry Oliver. I'm a civil engineering consultant, 2486th Street in Des Moines, and I'm here on behalf of Knapp Properties, which is the owner of lots 15 and 16 in Tournament Club Townhomes. This is one of a few remaining lots, but there aren't too many remaining lots held over from the Regency initiation. This property, in that it's 2 lots, was originally designated to be a bi-attached townhome. So 2 units together, each sitting on their own lot. But lots 16 and 15 are somewhat topographically challenged in that in the back it does drop off pretty quickly to a drainage way in the back. And I think that's been primarily why buyers have not really warmed up to this lot, because in the covenants, not in the covenants, but in the development plan, it indicates that these lots need to have the geotech examine them, and likewise, it's very possible there would be a retaining wall to be constructed in the back because it falls off so quickly. Knapp Properties now has a buyer who would like to build 1 unit on the 2 lots, hence that is why we're asking to replat it into 1 lot as opposed to 2. And that 1 unit would be slightly bigger, wider than the original Mastercraft units, but it would have the same architectural look, the same blending colors, etc. And I think in your packet you also have a typical Regency master plan as far as what the exterior of this unit would look like, except it would be just the right-hand side of that elevation, and it would be slightly larger than that elevation. So item number 1 on your agenda, since this is a PUD, does require that a final development plan be revised. And in this case, on the revised development plan, we are showing lots 15 and 16 as being combined into what would be lot 1 of Tournament Club Townhomes Plat 2. And then item B in your agenda is actually a final plat, which does, in fact, indicate the 2 lots 15 and 16 are replatted into what is now, or would be known as lot 1 of Tournament Club Townhomes Plat 2. I think Knapp feels like this is a way in which to continue development of this area, and a lot that's had some troubling issues in the past that I think will be better served by having 1 larger home on this parcel rather than the 2 smaller homes. I'd be happy to answer questions if the commission has any.
I'll mention that I live in what is described here as number 21, lot 21.
You're right across the street.
Yes, I'm on the cul-de-sac bulb. I will be abstaining today because of how close I live, and also I am a member of the Townhome Association there. However, I will state that for the folks that live around the cul-de-sac bulb, this petition coming to us is not a surprise at all. We were expecting this to happen given some of the issues with those lots. Also, when I got my packet last Friday, I did send out an email to the entire Tournament Club Townhome mailing list, just letting them know this was going to be on the agenda in case they did have any concerns. I would want to know about it. We do have a lot of snowbirds, and so I did want to hear about it. Did not hear any negative comments. Did hear several comments back, again stating that folks were expecting this to happen at some point in time. I do see one of my neighbors here, so before we go, I do want to make sure if he has any questions that he has heard as well. So anyway, I'll be abstaining, but I did want to let folks know what I had done prior to this meeting.
Kathleen, anything to add on your side, or?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is there are some legal documents that they have to provide for the final plat before it goes to council. But as far as P&Z action, we have all the comments we'd had on both the development plan and the final plat were addressed.
Okay.
Will this be similar to the 19, number 19 on that
Is
cul-de-sac?
that a single unit there?
It's a single
That's a
unit, yeah.
single unit.
So, yeah,
And from what I've heard him say, the unit will be wider and shallower than those,
Yes, that's correct.
and that would make sense with what they're seeing on the lot.
It would be similar to 19.
So it's not completely out of the realm for this area.
And as this development has progressed, it kind of developed through the housing crisis, I'll call it. We do have 3 different floor plans currently, and then one oddity of a unit that was built 2 further down the street, but it's not built. They aren't all built consistently. Around the cul-de-sac, actually, they are currently, but just with what I heard the description as being, for what's going to be built, I personally am not alarmed.
Anyone in the audience like to speak?
I do have a question or two. Jonathan Roos, where I'm at 1432 Tournament Clubway, so I'm on the cul-de-sac.
And he'd be number 17, lot 17. Or I'm sorry, lot 16.
Lot 15 is one of our lots.
Yeah.
15, 16.
Which lot are you on?
No, he's lot 18, I'm
Lot
sorry.
18, okay.
I didn't have my readers on.
5 look like an 8.
So maybe the materials would answer this question if I had them in front of me, but since I don't, I'll ask. So with regard to the design of the home, as Ron mentioned, the architectural features have gone through some evolutions, and some of the architecture has been simplified since our homes were built. My home was built in 2004, so I'm more than a little curious as to how this home will look, what pattern it's going to follow.
This is I think the original master craft by-attached unit.
Okay.
And what we are proposing is that it would be the right side of this unit, only somewhat larger width-wise.
Okay.
Now, I guess I'm unsure as to whether this is exactly like your unit or close to it. I couldn't say.
That does appear to be close to our style. And is the garage going to be as pictured to the right or to the left as you face the?
To the right.
To the right. Okay.
Yes.
And will there be a need for a retaining wall at the back?
Possibly. I think one of the requirements is that when they get a building permit, they'll have to get a geotechnical soils report. And that would indicate whether or not the grading would be such that they would need to have a retaining wall on the back. Obviously, it would just be in the back of this unit, but not on the vacant parcel to the other side.
Okay. All right, thank you. I have no objection to this. Thank you.
Yes.
Troy Jesperson, Rosewood Homes, 1309 Oakwood Drive. We're Rosewood Homes. We were planning to purchase this lot, and we have a client that we're kind of developing a house for. We're emulating the right side of the unit, which I think the original, that concept elevation matches the original concept for the whole development. It's bigger. It's more nice of the different products that they put through Tournament Club Way. It's the more expensive, nice elevation, hip roof, that kinds of things. Part of the process of building on Tournament Club Way is we have to submit our drawings through Nat Property for design review. And, so that's part of the process of getting that. So there need to be more eyes on that process. That's what we've done, building in TCI now for 10 years. Our preliminary information from the engineering for the retaining wall issue is that this lot does not need a retaining wall. It was for the second lot. The toe of the hill on this lot 15 is dramatically different than the lot next door, lot 16. After we have this process completed, our intent is to have soil testing done for first night of review and the city's review, and we'll submit that, like I say, with the building permit process.
Are there any issues with the extra utilities on the empty lot?
Yeah, they'll actually will have to abandon those as part of the building permit process.
Our intent is to continue this on lot 16, even though there's no structure there, is to have it irrigated, have it sodded, have it landscaped, have the sidewalk through. So it's a finished space between lot 15 and lot 17.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions?
You do this in 2 steps,
I would think so.
so. So you're, this is, for both? or-
Yep, yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
so.
just to go on.
I'll make a motion to recommend council approval of the revised final development plan or preliminary plat, subject to review comments and recommendations of the city engineer memo dated February 15, 2017.
Second.
Roll?
Triplett,
Yes.
Hankins,
Abstain?
Vogel,
Yes.
Bowersox,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Dietz.
Yes.
So now, item 6B.
I'll make the motion to recommend that council approve the final plat for Tournament Club Townhomes Plat 2, subject to review comments, recommendations of city engineers memo dated February 15, 2017.
Second.
Roll call?
Triplett,
Yes.
Hankins,
Abstain?
Vogel,
Yes.
Bowersox,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Dietz.
Yes.
Item 7.
Thank you.
Thank you, folks. We're looking forward to seeing that unit built,
Item 7, council liaison report.
Just one thing, at the last council meeting, there was quite a bit of discussion by the council on your recommendation for, what is it, the lake, something?
The commercial.
Commercial.
Yeah. And,
Crossings at the lake? or-
Crossroads at the.
Crossroads at the lake.
yeah, there you go, Crossroads at the Lakes. And it passed by split vote. The concerns were very similar to what you guys had for concerns about losing commercial ground. But I asked the question, if it becomes zone PUD, if somebody would come down the road before they get whatever built on there and wanted, could they still put a commercial property on there? And I believe they said yes.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to amend the master plan.
Go back through the whole
Right.
process.
So if somebody would come and offer them money to put something commercial in there, it could still happen,
On the entire parcel?
Yes.
Okay.
correct?
Yes,
That's all I have.
I realize this is still your stage, but I'd like that
Okay,
have a follow-up question, or at least a concern that I had in thinking over the last month. I thought that developer, in giving it further thought, provided a lot of creativity having the commercial building on the street and having the parking behind it. Over the last month, the more thought I gave to that, the more I felt that if that did happen, it would be nice to have consistency in the commercial development as we move south. And so that is at least something that I think we should keep in mind. Also, if indeed that did get built with the commercial development towards the front, we likely would want to encourage some sort of a streetscape on the front side, making it appear that that was the front. And we may also want to be looking at our signage ordinance if we're going to be promoting them having two entrances, one on the front and one on the back, to see if we need to modify that to make that happen.
I think you do have some flexibility in the PUD with respect to signage,
Okay.
if I remember correctly, so.
Nothing else, we'll move on to item 8, staff report.
I have nothing.
Okay, anything? Item 9, commission report. Clean sweep. Item 10.
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
All right. Meeting adjourned.
17 minutes.
Yeah.
That's not the
That's the
Our
short
record
answer.
for you guys
I do.
beat our record by a minute.